Stu and Dave Do America present Shopper versus Cashier. Oh, big guy, then cashier. Going back and forth a little bit here. Pushing and the shoving.
If you got a purse, you shouldn't try to fight, right?
He does seem to have an actual purse, not even like a man purse. I would say a purse.
It's a purse.
Oh, no. Yeah. Oh, that's a takedown.
That is the fall of a guy with a purse.
And here's the guy. He's now handcuffed. He's shirtless. And he's missing a shoe.
And it appears the customer isn't always right. And he's missing a shoe.
Yeah.
Is it a man's shoe?
I don't know. Maybe he kept it in his little over-the-shoulder.
Is it a man bag? You can't carry around a purse like that and start a fight.
Usually you would lose.
Fanny pack is different. Mm-hmm. I've seen some people in a fanny pack who fight MMA, but I've rarely seen a purse on a man who wins a fight.
I could
in
see
fact,
that.
I've never seen it.
Never seen it. I feel like fanny pack and Zubaz. You remember those pants that look like zebras?
Oh yeah,
those like.
We call them jam pants.
Jam pants.
That is, yes, Zubaz. Okay.
I believe that was the technical name.
I believe they're called hockey dad pants.
Yes.
Very true. Who also fights.
that you could lose that fight.
Yes.
The guy just wearing the purse without the Zubaz, you got that one.
Yeah, he's going to lose.
Let's take a little transition here. And
okay.
This isn't going to sound good, but let's do terrifying new synthetic drugs.
What?
Welcome to Stu and Dave Do America.
Yes, I am Dave Landau, and ahoy.
Yeah. And?
We meet again.
There we go. Both of them. Okay, welcome to the program today. We do have lots of drugs to do, and I want to get right into it. I know you've got some expertise in this area.
I do.
We like to focus on the things like, maybe we're talking about election results. I might be talking about that a lot.
Sure.
When we get into new synthetic drugs.
I'm your guy.
Dave Landau's the guy.
Yes.
He is the expert on this. And I don't know if you've ever been here before, but we're about to travel inside a one-man workshop for ultra-potent drugs.
Mm-hmm. I used to run one.
You did? Did you actually?
I used to sell, yeah, but not coke or anything. Just weed.
Just weed?
Yeah, just weed. Mushrooms, acid. I sold acid. But I would only sell enough, like, so we would buy it, and then you'd sell it for a little bit more, so then you could buy more acid, but you'd still take half.
Right.
You know how getting high on your own supply is the number one rule of the dope game?
Mm-hmm.
We did not follow that rule.
No.
We very much got high on our own supply.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't regret a lot of the hallucinogens I did.
Really?
No, I recommend, honestly, with this microdosing helping depression and all this other stuff that's natural, I think it's probably a good thing, to be honest with you.
It seems to be something you need to be very careful with.
You absolutely do,
maybe under the supervision of a doctor and not the guy behind the 7-Eleven.
No, if you buy it at Shakedown Street before walking into the concert, it might not be exactly what you bargained for.
Yes, be careful, boys and girls. Let me tell you the story, because this is something I did not know anything about. Last fall, a man who calls himself chemical analyst. Not a great nickname.
No, it's also not great in court if you're ever caught.
Yes. Are you known as the person chemical analyst? Sure. But I'm innocent of these charges.
Is that your God-given name?
New York Times reporters were writing about the illegal drug trade were allowed to actually check out this guy called chemical analyst as he packaged ultra-potent synthetic drugs for distribution. Chemicals now flood the modern drug market. Many have psychoactive effects that are much more intense than those of traditional drugs. Listen very closely to what I'm about to say, because I think this actually ties in directly to something you really care about,
yes,
Dave. One newly emerging drug, cyclorphene, can be 250 to 500 times as strong as heroin and 10 times as strong as fentanyl. There was a time, the good old days, Dave, where you could go and take a drug and, maybe have a bad night, but probably be okay. We do not live in that world anymore.
No, usually if you did an opioid to excess or heroin, which I've only done Well, I've smoked it and one time shot it. But
so would you count that as one time of each, or is it 2 times doing heroin?
I guess it's 2 times technically, but I've probably done it other times when it was mixed into ecstasy. It's not important how many times I've done what I've done.
We don't need those numbers.
But part of it is one is I feel definitely bad for older people who can't get the actual medicines that they need because of this stuff. They've now overcorrected the problem where you're saying, oh, these old people sell it, so now you have people in pain going to the streets to get stuff. But what's more concerning about all of this...
Sorry, about
opioids in general, because this new drug is a synthetic opioid. And if it's 500 times more potent than heroin, it's going to sweep the nation like the Macarena, but it's also going to kill a lot of people. And there's a channel I follow, a friend of mine, it's called Every 11 Minutes on Instagram, and it's about people who die every 11 minutes due to a drug overdose. And I think this is very, very important to talk to your kids about, because it's one thing if your kid tries alcohol, it's another thing if your kids try marijuana, which I think is more potent than it's ever been, or there's certain social drugs that I think might just happen. And being honest with your kids, and I think maybe I'm wrong, but not a blasé attitude in the sense of, I'm aware you'll do this, or you might try this, or this is going to come to you. But kids are taking caffeine pills that they think, and then they find, one kid's dead and one kid's OD'd but lives. There's so many drugs out there right now that have fentanyl in them that are not what people think that they are.
Yeah.
And there's people who are accidentally overdosing constantly, and it's because of fentanyl. This is terrifying. This is, it could be orchestrated by cartels. It could be orchestrated by China gangs, all kinds of things. I don't know where it's coming from. I guess the body count's already 40 and it just came out, so that's as far as we even know. But I encourage people to talk to their kids about drugs, because even if you survive, as someone who's done a lot of opioids and stuff, it's seriously very addictive. And if you fall right into it, especially if you have some kind of pain and you're prescribed it, but if you do fall into taking this, I think this is a death sentence. I don't think that people are going to walk away from this drug after even one try, if it's that potent. I really do. And I honestly encourage adults to talk to your children about taking pills, because they are the most lethal thing, right? And even now, let's say you have fentanyl in a joint, and you smoke weed and you're near a baby. Sometimes the infant dies just by being in contact with the person who's smoking that joint. So it's really important to talk to your children about this, because pills are this massive problem, and the people who need them aren't able to get them. And that's another problem too, because of all this synthetic stuff that's coming out into the market.
This is really interesting. As a dad, I've got a couple of kids, and I've heard stories like this. It's not been my world, thankfully. We were talking about our drug stories before the show. Mine don't get into. They're on the cutting room floor of Dave's book. They are. My drug stories are: I did no dose before a basketball game and played really well, and then tried it again and didn't, and that was the end of the experiment.
Yeah.
That is like I don't. These things don't pop to my mind like that. I would never think to say to my kid, "Hey, like, make sure you don't take any pills," because I would never even, that was not something I ever considered doing when I was in school. But it's a real thing. These things do come out. And if you think it's a caffeine pill, you think you're doing something innocuous, you could be dead.
You do. And people that are valedictorian, and I hate to even reference it because it's so goofy, but you remember the episode of Saved by the Bell where Kelly takes the caffeine pill and she gets addicted and she's like, I'm so excited, and hugging Zach, but she wants to stay awake to get straight A's. These are actually, in all seriousness, the kind of people that can be tricked into taking one of these pills. Right. Like, hey, this will keep you awake. And that's the problem, is it's not just going to like the burnouts like I was. This is something that's going to be available. And that's why I think it is important to be honest with your kids and go, look, I know there's pot out there. I know you might try a beer. I know you might do this, like whatever. But as long as they're aware that you really mean this one thing, I think it's very important to be honest with your kids about that.
Just don't try White Claw. Stay away from the tangerine.
If you catch your son with White Claw, it's best you just shut the door and say good luck with your life.
I want to move on to something because I
sorry to be so serious.
No,
I really do think it's important.
It really is, and I honestly appreciate that, because as a dad, it's not. I think of a lot of things to tell my kids, And I try to be a good dad, but like I've laid down on the job a little bit on that one. I probably should have that conversation. I don't want to admit that they're 14. My son's 14, my daughter's 13. I don't want to think about it.
I was selling acid at 14.
We've lived very different lives, Dave. It's hard to explain.
I realize how strange that sounds when I say it out loud.
Well, I want to go more into this a little bit, but I want to bring in a special guest.
Okay.
I'm very excited about this.
I am too.
We're gonna take a break. We're gonna bring back a very special guest. I think you're going to be very, very happy. Back in a second. Do you ever notice how quickly people form an opinion about a house? They walk in, they look around for maybe 30 seconds, and somewhere in their mind, they've already decided how they feel about that. This was every single home I walked into with my wife as we've moved around the country.
You see one of them ally flags hanging out front?
Yeah.
You're like, I don't want to go in here.
I might be converted. No, my wife would walk into these houses and I'd be like, we got some possibilities here. If we kind of, do this in this room and this and this room. She's like, oh, that carpet. And then it was over. Like we had no chance of buying that.
Dude,
house.
Women know what they're doing with houses. They'll immediately go, this is 1993, was when all this was built in a kitchen.
Yeah.
They're very good.
They're done immediately. And of course, usually make the right call. Because when you're talking about a house, it's not like just square footage and the number of bedrooms. It's a lot, right? It's the neighborhood. It's the school system. It's, how you feel about that home and how it's being presented. This is a big deal when you're selling your home, right? If you don't have that set up the right way, someone could walk in and have that same reaction about your house and, it stays on the market forever. You need the right real estate agent to tell you what to do, what to fix, how to set it up. realestateagentsitrust.com is the place to go to find that person because the right agent understands all of this stuff. They know how to position your home so that when someone walks in, they don't just see it, they want it, they feel it. realestateagentsitrust.com, the place to go to find the best agent in your area. It's a free service to you, so take advantage of it. realestateagentsitrust.com, realestateagentsitrust.com.
If you're watching this right now, you're probably like me, an American patriot who believes in family, freedom, and keeping the government along with big tech out of your personal life. Particularly, my personal life. Hi, I'm Brian Nome, but you might remember me better as Crystal Ball 666. As a guy who's wasted a lot of money on VPNs that didn't end up working out for me, I want to talk to you about a real VPN that works. Boob Shield. Well, there are a lot of VPNs out there that are endorsed by great leaders in the conservative movement. There's only one that protects you from the demons that live within your soul.
Hi, I'm Christy Nome, and I had no idea about my husband's sexual secrets, which isn't at all concerning considering I was the head of Homeland Security. VPNs can protect from hackers and phishing scams. But what about dominatrixes from Colorado Springs who you had a 9-year relationship with? Not so much.
Well, most VPNs do protect you from getting your information sold to other companies. None of them protect you from having Raylene sell your sexual secrets to the Daily Mail.
Only Boob Shield uses Neuralink-like technology to send an electric shock directly to your genitals every time your urges become out of pocket.
Every time I even think about putting on these tits, my penis feels like I caught gonorrhea having sloppy seconds at a bachelor party in Beijing, which I did. Let me be honest with you, because honesty is something we pretend to care about in the conservative movement. This isn't about me, it's about those who have not been caught yet. So remember Boob Shield. Promo code CrystalBall666.
You can be assured that like I was saying, you can be assured that this is a quality product. Because I spell Christy with an I.
And I spell Brian with an O. Boob Shield, because it's too late for me.
Now, if you happen to be a fan of a great show here on Blaze TV called Normal World, you may be. You're going to know this person. But if you're new to the show, if you happen to be watching Stu Does America all the time, making your way over this way, you're going to be very excited to join a great guest, our first guest ever on the program. Very excited to bring in Angela Boggs.
Hi.
Co-host of the Trippin with Austin and Angela podcast and host of Angela Does Horror on YouTube. Angela, thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you. I'm honored to be y'all's first guest.
Big deal.
Thank you so much.
You were in demand from the audience.
They literally
I paid them off well.
Yes. Yet a lot of people make comments that seem to be the same account.
The same URL.
No, they did. They love you. So we had to bring you.
Well, thank you.
Well, we wanted to. It's very...
Yeah, this is it's a big day for us, a big day to have you on, and I will say the audience very, very much wanted to have you in as soon as possible, and we wanted to talk to you because Dave was telling me a little bit, because you do a bunch of stuff on pop culture. I can't wait to get into horror movies with you. This is going to be fun. But we were talking, this beginning of the show was Dave depressing everybody about how your kid's going to die from pills. And he said, who we need to bring in to talk about that is Angela.
Classic Dave.
Not yours. Like in general, everyone's children.
Yes.
Yes, I want to be clear.
That's true. Your kids are not threatened.
I wasn't like, she's a real problem.
Should I medicate her? Is that what you're trying to assist in intervention, reverse intervention?
What you're here for is we've learned that you've been, there's a new drug on the market.
Cycloraphin.
Have you heard of this?
Cycloraphin.
Sounds very positive.
What could possibly go wrong with cycloraphin?
It's true. Cyclone is in the title.
Cyclone, Cyclops.
Psycho.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, this is, 500 times more potent?
500 times more potent than heroin, 10 times more potent than fentanyl, which again, Dave, as you brought up, the dust of fentanyl is killing people.
It is.
It's that serious.
Yes.
One of the things that's interesting about it too is you think about how hard it is to take down like a drug cartel, right? Like that's a difficult thing. They're trying to do it in Mexico now. Trump has been all over this, but again, very difficult to do.
Never going to take down a cartel.
Really
all
hard.
The cartels. It's impossible.
All the movies tell me the same thing. Very difficult. Very difficult to do. This is different. Now, chemical analyst is this guy we've been profiling. That's his nickname. Not
drug user.
So yes, drug. You just call yourself drug user. He's a small-time independent dealer who supplies powerful drugs without a cartel or gang for support from an apartment in the northeastern United States.
I like how he says independent like he's a folk singer.
Yeah.
How cute.
Yes, I produce everything myself.
Yeah, I'm not sorry. I don't join those big wigs over in Colombia.
Right. He places online orders for drugs made in China and then repackages them and sells them here. Operations like this represent a new frontier in the drug market that is increasingly democratized. This is what democracy looks like, apparently. Compounds can be made in labs all over the world, ordered online and shipped anywhere. So they're not looking for this giant group anymore to stop this. It's just some guy in an apartment who is doing, as Dave did, a decent part of his supply himself. They're actually testing it on him. Now it's spreading everywhere. So basically everybody's going to die.
Yeah, basically I was discussing getting high in your own supply and how I didn't adhere to that.
Well, you did adhere to that. You're not supposed to get high on your supply.
Right.
Right.
But I did.
You did.
I got high on my supply and then I bought more supply after I got high. I'm sure you were similar.
Yes.
What do you think? As far as this goes, what I was talking more about is kind of the pill problem, like talking to your own kids about drugs. Like, how do you think you should handle that? Because I think drugs like weed, alcohol, if you want to say maybe a little bit about what your own background is, but things that they're going to come in contact with. But how do you explain something where caffeine pills, anything, they have these kind of drugs in them? Like, what's your take on this whole thing?
I guess I think that, so when I was growing up, my parents didn't know anything about drugs. They're very straight-laced individuals, very good people, but drugs were not their forte. There was never something that was discussed in my house. And it was never something that I really foresaw myself or could foresee myself doing. But then, life happens the way that it happens. And
yes,
here we are, And I think I've had a lot of thought about how I'm going to handle that with my daughter. She's only 3.5 right now, so I think she's probably got another year before we have to worry about it.
Yeah, before she starts bringing her own weed home, rolling joints.
Really, they're starting young these days, but
the Peppa Pig marijuana.
Yeah, the Peppa strain.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's good stuff.
Is lethal. Yeah.
That Bluey. Man, that's some
Colorado Bluey. No, but I've thought a lot about it, and especially with alcohol and stuff too. It's just something that she's going to come across, and she's going to at some point have to try. And I think that the best thing I can do as her parent is just be honest with her about my experience with it and say, look, this is something that runs in your blood. It's something that you're going to have to be responsible with it. You're going to have to know going into it before you ever try any substance, be it alcohol, whatever it is, that you have the capacity to get addicted to this because of me and because of your grandfather and his grandfather. It just kind of, it's in our blood. And having an honest conversation with her about it and saying, if you encounter these drugs or you're curious about them, talk to me about it and I'll tell you which ones are pretty cool.
See, that's what I'm
which
saying.
ones you can avoid. You know, like
you have
this
like
one
the
will
Amazon
make it-
reviews for all the drugs.
yeah.
This one will make a concert better, and this one might kill you.
Yes, exactly. Like, you know, I think there are not all drugs are bad in the same way.
No, they're
When
not.
I mean,
Legitimately, they're not.
a lot of people can take mushrooms at a concert and not have to worry about the same things that I have to worry about or that she might have to worry about. And I would be honest with her about all of that because I want to protect her. And I think just kind of throwing her into the dark on it is just not, I don't think that's an approach that's ever worked. And I think, you know, just being honest with your kids about the reality of it, the real reality of it is what I think I'm going to end up, how I'm going to be.
I'm literally just meeting you. So totally say, I'm not telling you that if this is inappropriate, but like, so what was your experience? How do you, because I know the audience probably knows this. You've talked about it on a Normal World. But what was your experience going through this?
Well, and I guess too, to that question, did you have an experience with prescriptions that then led, because I was talking a lot about how people start on accident. And is that anything that you experienced or would be willing to share?
Absolutely. Adderall was a huge thing for me. I was a high achieving kid.
Ah, yeah.
You know, I really wanted to make straight A's. I was always that person, very type A. I got into college and it was something that was offered to me to pull an all-nighter to study for something. And I loved the way it made me feel. It made me psyched to study math.
Yeah.
And you get a clean apartment.
That's how I feel every day. I love math.
I could read 15 books about birds.
Yeah.
And I was psyched to do it. Yeah. And so it wasn't something that that's what I meant. Like whenever I was growing up, I never saw myself doing drugs. Like even smoking weed and stuff in high school was just something I didn't do.
Mm-hmm.
When you were in athletics and stuff, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a very high performing kid. I did a lot of
This is terrifying. As a dad, these stories are terrifying.
I mean, when you look at me, I wasn't.
Right. Like,
you could have it either. Yeah, it could be one of us.
I feel like, I could be the worst parent in the world and my kids wouldn't turn out as bad as Dave. Like, I feel like I have that. I have a nice big.
Well, now I'm
Dave, now he's great.
Yeah.
But listen, I mean, reading Dave's book, there's so many stories in there that it seems legitimately like almost like a foreign nation. Like you're telling me about the streets of Afghanistan or something. Like it is.
Well, yeah. Well, and to her point, I wasn't told about drugs either. Mm-hmm. My dad had been in Nam, and I knew a few stories about that. Mm-hmm. My mom kept everything hidden because she wanted things to look a certain way. So I had an uncle that legitimately overdosed on heroin. I found an uncle, who had shot himself, different things had happened, but everything was always covered up to where, he didn't OD on heroin. His heart was so big that God called him home early. And you're like, really? He's 35.
They were trying to protect you, though.
They were.
That's
And at that time, I think that was the idea, was because they came from a family where if something bad happened, you just took the picture of the family member off the wall and never discussed them again. It was always very hidden.
It's the best approach.
Yes. So, and I think if there's more of an open, honest conversation, I think with your kid, because there's a fine line between going, look, I've done this, I've experienced this, and then being the mom who comes home and is like, let me hit the bong. There's a good middle there.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some healthy balance.
This is what you're aiming for?
Have you ever had that? I guess you have, I'm sure.
A dirty bong?
No, like, have you ever had a mom come home and just hit the, like...
Oh, like your friend's mom?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's so creepy.
Really?
Yeah, this one woman once came back. We were having this huge house party. She opens the door and she's in her nurse outfit. And we're like... She was a real nurse. She was a stripper. It's just got the little cross on the hat and just fishnets. No, she opens up the door and she goes, "Are you going to let me hit that?" And we're like, "Yeah." And then she took a bigger bong toke than any of us and walked away. She's in prison, but at the time it was very shocking.
What percentage of the people you knew as a child are in prison right now?
Oh, gosh.
It's got to be over 40.
No, probably not that high because they're dead. Probably 20. What about you?
Most of the people I knew are dead too.
Yeah. Oh, good. Good.
That's why it's
helps
important
the
to talk
percentage
about these things.
Yes, no, you're
It's
right.
because of like the fentanyl and stuff like this. Like it really does. Nobody's trying to sneak fentanyl into your cocaine or whatever. What they're doing is they have cocaine, they have fentanyl, they're cutting it on the same table. And these minuscule amounts that can get into it is where the problem actually is. No drug dealer wants to make you overdose on fentanyl because then they're not selling you drugs anymore. It hurts their bottom line.
Right.
It does.
Capitalism should solve a lot of these problems.
It's true.
It just doesn't. It's just so powerful. And something like this that is 500 times as powerful as heroin. I can't even imagine. I don't even know what the purpose of that is. You mentioned it's like basically a death sentence.
It is.
Why are they even cutting it on the same? This is dumb. These are dumb questions. I'm not a very good drug dealer, but like, why are they even doing that? Why are they cutting it on the same table? Why not be a little more careful with your drugs?
It's true. Well, the truth is they don't want to kill anybody, but there is going to be no shortage of junkies. Mm-hmm. So you can always find new clients. As long as the stuff is on the market and as addictive as it is, there's always going to be this risk reward. But it does come down to people are not as careful as they once were. I mean, it's not the days of... it's not New Jack City where everybody's naked, so nobody's taking any drugs with them, and they're all wearing masks and gloves. The reality is there's just so much of it, they're not paying attention.
Even Pookie in that situation did not make it through.
Pookie smoked crack in front of the American flag, and that was a metaphor.
That was.
I also just want to point out drug dealers are not the cleanest, most
Really?
sterile individuals.
Wow.
No, they're Gary Oldman in True Romance is not that big of an exaggeration of a Detroit drug dealer. When he's, I know I'm pretty. I ain't as pretty as a pair of titties. Thank you.
It's very nicely put.
But that's exactly. But I mean, we've all met that guy. They're dirty. They don't care. They're disheveled. And a lot of people that are addicted or high, they don't want to ruin their high with a shower.
I also just want to point out, these are coming from China. Like, China wants to kill us.
Yes. That is a central part of their ideology. Yeah.
That's a better answer.
Yeah, okay.
One of the biggest fentanyl busts, and I say one of because I don't know if it still is, but it was in Detroit coming over the river from Canada. And the fentanyl bust was the largest amount that's ever been brought into America. This was maybe last year. And it looked like that big.
Oh, really?
That's how potent and dangerous the stuff is because it takes like a pinhead to overdose someone.
Yeah.
Good God. This is the most depressing segment of the show. Angela, I thought you were going to come in here and make him happy. He's been telling me about how kids are going to die all day.
That's when he's happiest.
Probably true. Okay, how about this?
As long as we're wiping children off the map.
Let's come back on the other side and maybe you can tell us something about movies. You could tell us something about entertainment. You could tell us something about not about children's hearts stopping because their parents are doing drugs. Is that possible?
Yeah, we'll talk about Poltergeist.
Oh, perfect. All right, back with that. It is Stu and Dave Do America. Angela Boggs is in with us, co-host, Trippin with Austin and Angela, and of course the host of Angela Does Horror on YouTube. Horror movie is kind of how I would describe Girls with Lena Dunham. It was in that category for me. It was one of those things that every description I ever heard of it was Lena Dunham was naked a lot.
Yeah.
It just did not seem... It seemed to be over the line of things that I would want to see visually.
Yeah, no one
If
wants
you've
to.
seen Snoopy's nose, then you've seen it all.
That's true.
That's a visual I'll never forget. Thank you. So Lena Dunham is in the news, unfortunately. She was in Girls that ran on HBO for somehow 2012 to 2017. That felt like an error, honestly, but it was also an era on HBO.
Yes.
It didn't seem like it was that long. But she was it was a big show for a while there, it felt like. She's now complaining about how she was treated on the set. She said things got off to a rocky start during the filming of the first season, Dunham claiming her careful blocking went out the window, and he, meaning Adam Driver, hurled her this way and that during their first sex scene. Stunned, I couldn't speak for a moment, unsure of what had happened. Had I lost directorial authority, allowed the scene to go off the rails, not given proper instructions, would I be removed from my command post immediately, she writes. She goes on and on and on, saying that basically, he was too forceful with her. And I can't imagine he was enjoying the situation knowing.
No, he wasn't. Nobody hurled a salad at her. Anyway,
he hurled her this way and that. I have a hard time believing, but
yeah, we've also seen the size of Adam Driver. It's not.
But I actually watched the first season of Girls when it aired.
I'm sorry.
So I can give you some perspective on this. They had a very toxic relationship. I believe that on the show. Yeah. I believe that what Adam Driver was doing was called acting.
Oh, wow. Okay, really?
Yes, he's a really jerk kind of guy in the show who mistreats her. And I believe that is what she's describing here is called acting. She was 24 years old at the time that this show came out. So she's just a young girl that's insecure, very clearly.
Right.
That's interesting because what is he supposed to do? Like lovingly caress her face in this relationship? It wouldn't make sense with the story.
Right. Isn't this at a time where she was claiming to be a victim of just about everything? Like, that's how I knew her.
Yes, well, she was also writing in her previous book about how I don't know how to say this, but she would do really weird things to her little sister.
Oh, that's right. I remember that.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I don't feel bad for you. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. She molested her sister, but she doesn't want Adam. She just want Adam Driver acting at her.
Right.
Then later on in the article, she talks about how they had like somewhat of a romantic relationship in her eyes. And it's just like
a real life one?
She said that he showed up at her house and was trying to come up, and she was watching him from the window being like, if I go through with this, I'll be humiliated at work. And it's just like, yeah, okay.
This feels very false.
And he's like, I'm here to run lines. You invited me.
And she also said that he threw a chair when she couldn't remember her lines and stuff like that. And he got really angry at her for not remembering her lines. And I also just say, working on a set.
Yeah. I mean, because I don't know. Adam Driver feels like the type of guy that I could see him getting, I don't know. He could be a jerk on set. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm making that up just based on the way he seems like one of those guys in interviews where he could be a little bit of
pompous, like an actor.
Yeah. But like an actor's actor. Like he's taking himself too seriously. Dude, you're playing like a ripoff of Darth Vader. Relax.
Yes.
But he seems like he'd be the type of guy like, no, do not address me as Adam today. Like he seems like he's one of those guys.
Oh, like a method.
Yeah,
method
deep
actor.
into it. Who's the guy who was on Succession? Like that guy.
Yes.
Right? Am I right on this? Okay.
Yes.
I do think that I think he's a very good actor, I'll just say. What I think he's doing...
Yeah, he acted like he wanted Lena Dunham.
Awards. Immediate Oscars.
Pretty impressive.
Isn't it?
Yes. Anyway, but he... crap, I forgot what I'm saying.
I'm sorry. Okay. I just had to go there.
God, Dave.
It's my fault.
No, it's okay.
Well, he was in Star Wars, and there is a story about that.
Oh, yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Don't forget, look, memory loss is a big part of the chlorocephin usage.
It is.
So it's possible.
It's also part of the things that we've done.
Right, yes. Deeply.
I don't remember what I had for breakfast, but I remember it was a designer drug from a guy who called himself Fentanyl King.
Star Wars, Mark Hamill, he's reaffirming if you want Luke Skywalker to be gay, he is. Now... There's no
Yoda voice.
Yeah.
I love how in a world where there's an entire bar of Muppets playing instruments, gay is so bizarre.
I mean, it's possible. I don't know.
No chick wants to come home to that father-in-law. Thank you. Get it?
We're like Luke Skywalker, am I right? Is this my camera? Okay.
There you go. His sister had weird donut hair.
Yeah.
Probably didn't want that.
Well, I can understand him being confused. He was basically making out with his sister. Like, there's going to be some confusing moments in a life like that. He might not know what he is.
It really is the big reveal, isn't it? That it's like you were into your sister the whole time and the guy trying to murder you is your father.
Yeah, man, what a
It's like how Lena Dunham describes her personal life.
That's her next memoir.
Yes, exactly. But that's really what it was, wasn't it? It was just, boy, a lot of movies in the 80s were about incest. A lot of sci-fi, because you have Back to the Future. Oh, yeah, cocaine was a big part of that.
We're like, I don't know, maybe.
There's no way somebody thought of how Yoda should talk and there wasn't a drug involved.
Had to be.
Yeah.
What was the guy that just died? The guy that created HR Puff and stuff?
Did he just die?
Sidney Croft or whatever his name was. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know he died.
It was him. Yeah, he was in his 90s.
Oh, well, makes sense then.
But the drugs
What happened?
were flowing.
Fell off a motorcycle?
The fentanyl thing.
Yes. he started doing the new designer drug.
He's chemical analyst. That was the guy. I mean, I will say it certainly seemed like he was doing drugs when creating the characters
Of HR Puff and stuff.
HR Puff and stuff.
If you come up with the name HR Puff and
Had
stuff.
to be deep on multiple substances.
Yeah, well, it's called Puff and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. The man liked his
It
dope.
wasn't subtle.
Look, most good things were created on drugs. I hate to tell you guys.
true.
But
All
it's
art,
true.
right? Like that's the thing with art, in that I think you either have to be on heavy drugs or just have a tortured existence. Like, it seems like if you really want to have someone who's connected with those horrible emotions of a terrible breakup, right? You need to have someone who's gone through that and viscerally feels it every time.
Oh, yeah.
They're stepping in front of a microphone. And this is certainly stand-up comedy. I mean, there's just all pain.
Oh, it absolutely is. Well, it's like music. When you first hear the band, you're like, wow, I really like Ozzy Osbourne. And the more he got sober and the more you got to know him, you were like, I kind of like the Black Sabbath.
Like the drug one.
You like the guy who snorted ants.
Right.
Just makes better art.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
it
just
does.
better art. I'm not saying that all art should be on. Well, I am. Do drugs create art, then apologize for the drugs you did, but thank you for the art.
Yeah.
I feel like what we do with artists is we want them to be close to their pain and torture, so we don't have to be. Like, we want to experience like it's like you watch a movie. You're watching a movie about someone going through something you don't want to go through, right?
Safe.
It's safe. You get a little bit of a distance there,
Isn't that kind of, I mean, you obviously are into horror. I mean, isn't that kind of part of the appeal?
Yeah. I think that specifically with horror films and people that like horror films, there's this interesting kind of phenomenon that kind of happens where a lot of the people who love horror are people that experience really high levels of anxiety and depression, and they don't want to experience those things in their life, but being able to like have control over when it happens. Does that make sense? Like,
Yes, it does.
You would
An
think
aerial view, yeah.
you would think that somebody with a lot of anxiety wouldn't want to put themselves in a state where it's like, I'm scared, I feel scared, but it's having the control over it that actually like makes it kind of a release or just kind of a different experience for them. I don't know.
I feel like that we do a lot of this because I think sports are the same way, where there's a thing internally where people want to have some sort of tribal battle for life and death. They want to care. They want to have this passion toward this thing. You want to, it's something that's probably like, built into us from, thousands of years of whatever it is. And, with sports, it's like a good outlet, right? Where you're acting like an idiot rooting for the Detroit Lions, or I'm just throwing it out there.
Hey,
You're going to let him say that?
I'm going to start throwing punches.
But that's it, right?
Flip this whole table.
What are you saying? They suck?
That's just 70 years of evidence.
They're going to get there.
Yeah, it's right around the corner anytime. But it's like that reaction that you have, like you're defensive of your team. You're so thrilled when you win. It's like how you probably felt in battle, many generations ago.
Right. Yeah. You're not. You don't have CTE and you're murdering your wife and a waiter.
Right.
So that's It's better to pretend you're the guy.
Better to pretend that you're the guy. You get the feelings of being in those situations. I think the same thing happens with horror movies. The same thing happens with love songs, right? Like you want to
war movies.
War movies, exactly.
Yes.
You have that same passion, not the same. I'm sure some actual
I'm sure war there's more of a survival feeling in real life.
than when you're sitting there dripping milk duds down your shirt. But you want a little taste of that, right? You want a little bit of the fear, a little bit of the intensity. But then you get back in your Subaru, right? Like that's, I think, the way it works.
So you're a lesbian watching a horror movie. In this scenario.
In this particular scenario, that's what's happening.
But there is something to that where you jump and it makes you feel something.
Yeah.
I love it personally.
We're all dead inside. We just want to feel something.
Yes, thank you.
We've now analyzed the world.
Yeah. I think there's something to wanting to know like what you would do in that situation too.
Yeah.
There's something like,
Yes.
that's why women like true crime. We want to know the things that we need to look out for to avoid. What would I do in this situation? It's survival as well.
That makes sense, actually, because that is an armchair quarterback, except women have to deal with domestic violence.
Right.
Yes.
In all seriousness, though, that really is true. Yeah, it is preparation.
It is true, and it is women mostly. The true crime stuff is largely
Women love true crime.
Yeah, I go to this conference every year. It's called CrimeCon, and it's a conference. It's like a true crime conference. A friend of mine started it.
Criminals?
And there are some criminals there usually, but lots of people who watch lots of documentaries and want to solve crimes. And it is like 85% women. I would say 85%.
Oh, yeah, they're the ones that have made it all popular. Well, I mean, that's what Lifetime was before it became, it was just Meredith Baxter Burney getting her head caved in, and then you figure out who. That's what, really, that's what it was.
Babysitter from hell.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's still that. Outside of Christmas movies, I think it's still that.
We were talking about a movie you recommended to me, which was The Housemaid.
Yeah.
Which is, as I described to her and you, it's a Lifetime movie written by Wes Craven. And that's kind of what I liked about it. It was a pretty fascinating and fun movie.
Yeah.
It wasn't too serious, but you understood like the characters of in each one why, and it's also plausible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Sadly, it's plausible, but
Unfortunately,
it's
that's
true.
the world we live in. All right, more of this terrible world that we live in with drug deaths and people. We've been drug deaths, domestic violence,
Correct.
people dying in war,
crime.
It's been
Star
an
Wars.
uplifting
Lena Dunham?
program. Lena Dunham.
Worst of all.
That was the worst part of
Worst
it. That was the
of
worst
all
part
of
of it.
it.
We'll be more. We'll try to make it even worse coming up next. You too can be a member of Blaze TV by going to blazetv.com/Stu and Dave. If you go there, use the code Stu and Dave 45 for a limited time. I think tomorrow is the day it runs out, so take advantage of this. If you're going to, you can save $45. It's a big savings on Blaze TV. Plus, you can get involved in the comments. We're going to, take your comments during the show here in this last segment, typically. So get involved, hop in the chat, do all the things. Dave is going to be around the country coming up here in the next few weeks.
I am. You can see me this weekend, Lawrence, Kansas at the Comedy Club. You can see me May 1 and 2 in Boca Raton, Florida at the Soul Theater. May 9th, you can see me at Soul Joe's in Pottstown, PA, and May 15, 16 in Greenwood, Indiana at the Mad Hatter Event Center.
Very exciting stuff.
I know, it
is.
Runs deep.
I feel titillated.
That's all I needed to hear.
We're titillated with Angela Boggs right now. She's, of course, co-host of the Trippin with Austin and Angela podcast and host of Angela Does Horror on YouTube. Is it horror? I feel like we're in a bit of a golden age of horror right now.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, especially
big time.
The critical acclaim coming to horror movies is not normal.
Yeah. No, it's a very exciting time to be a horror fan. I was mentioning earlier, I think that the reason that we're seeing a lot of horror movies that are set to come out this summer, and specifically in May, which we haven't seen a lot in the past, I think that they've kind of realized that the only movies people are going to the theater to see are superhero movies and horror movies. And it's some of the only original content that's coming out at all anymore.
Yeah.
There's
Not even
also
attempting comedies anymore.
No, there's also it's awful.
Yeah, giving up.
Well, in horrors, you can shoot on a pretty small budget, which is what's good about them. You don't necessarily need stars at all to make them blow up. It just has to be if it's good or not. I mean, most of the horror movies that I've always loved, they didn't have stars in the beginning of them.
No, usually
any of them.
You want them to look like normal people.
Yeah, there's part of that. You want to see somebody that looks like you getting murdered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
What's your gore, like what's your level of gore that you're looking for? Very, very high, extraordinarily high, extremely high?
I don't like look. Okay, how do I say this? I have a very strong stomach.
Okay.
For a lot of things.
Okay.
I can watch the worst of the worst. I'm sick in the head.
Okay, let me test you here.
Okay.
The Terrifier.
Oh yeah.
No problem?
No problem. I did a
Wow.
I did a review on a Serbian film.
Yeah, don't Serbian film. Don't.
Don't look at that.
Don't watch that.
Don't look at that one. I stumbled when Terrifier came out. Stumbled on a scene from it that someone had posted, and I heard people talking about it. I think I had to go into therapy after it.
Love it.
Wow. So
There's an art form to that.
Oh, there totally is. I have a bunch of friends who are in the same sort of world, and they like. It's not even what's happening in the movie. It's the effects, the practical effects. They always talk about practical effects. How did they do that?
Yeah.
Is that why we love it so much?
I think so, yeah. I also just think anything that can shock me anymore, it feels good.
Yeah. You want to feel alive. That's amazing.
Well, and you like Terrifier 3 the best, right?
Yeah.
Is it 3? Yeah, because we've both seen, I have seen 1 and 2. I've not seen 3 yet.
It's a Christmas movie.
Is it a Christmas movie,
It is. You
part
should watch it
3?
at Christmas.
Oh, I like that. But yeah, the first
Better way to
first
celebrate the
one's-
birth of our Savior.
Yeah. The first one's like okay though to me,
Yeah, it was
and
kinda
too
bad.
long.
It
Yeah.
has no narrative storyline.
No, and
This 2 was the one that really blew up, though, right? The first one
Yes.
was kind of like a cult hit, right?
Yeah.
The second one was really the one that made all the money, and
Yes.
and 2 I like, and 3 you
Will
like.
like.
Yes.
it was a clip of 2 that I saw, and I was disturbed. I was very disturbed by this, Angela.
Yes.
I like that though.
Like I said, I've seen so much
Yeah.
that anything that makes me go, whoa, is impressive to me.
What do you have coming up?
My next video I'm going to release is on Midsummer because I figure it's
Oh,
It's a good one.
yeah, it's a good one.
it's another very twisted movie.
Yes.
I would try watching that on mushrooms, which I did.
That's your homework for the weekend, boys and girls.
Please don't do that.
So one more time, give us where people can find you.
Angela Does Horror on YouTube. Also check out my friend Johnny Recaps on YouTube. He's a great horror maker as well. And
He's awesome.
Trippin with Austin and Angela on YouTube. First episode out now.